Hey everybody.
Welcome.
It's the Geek with Muscles.
Hey everybody.
Geek with Muscles podcast.
It's about science, technology, spirituality, and something else.
I think I pushed the wrong button.
Welcome.
I think I pushed the wrong button. Yeah, whatever. And hello everybody. Welcome to a special episode of the Geek with Muscles podcast. We are super excited this evening because we have a really cool episode. Tonight's episode is Pride Prep and the Gay Alphabet episode. And so let's get right to introducing our guest. Ladies first. Our first guest is a social advocate and community organizer with South Florida.
I thought it was going to be me.
You got that? When he's not trying to make the world a better place for the LGBTQ community, he enjoys time at the beach with his husband, tending to his mangrove trees. Please welcome to the Geek with Muscles podcast, Gabriel Paez.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Great to see you again, Gabriel. Our next guest is a full-time mom, part-time superhero, and full-time information technology professional geek like me. She enjoys traveling, taking cruises, and speaking French to make me jealous. Please welcome to the show, Miss Pauline Hite.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, welcome. Bienvenue.
Hey.
Oh, merci.
Recently recovering from Will Smith's social media poisoning, our next guest can often be found rummaging through old Radio Shack catalogs from 1979, making films, producing, taking cool photos, and being my co-host, the almost famous Deejay George Jett.
How is everybody doing tonight?
Awesome.
Well, thank you, everybody. We're so excited.
You forgot one person.
Oh, I did.
The guy sitting behind you, man.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, just cut out just like that.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, hold on. One and last, but not certainly least. You might know him as my partner, Eric.
Definitely last.
Yeah. Amen.
Because I've mentioned him like a bajillion times on the show. A really cool real estate agent and totally amazing human being, Eric Lawmeister.
Thank you for the introduction.
Okay.
Welcome to the show, by the way,
Nice
Eric.
to feel appreciated.
Yes, This is Eric's first time.
Now you know how.
I forgot.
Now you know how I feel about us.
I have ammo now. I have ammo, just so you know. Like,
Okay.
All right.
Okay, well, it's great to see everybody. And if you're listening to us at geekwithmuscles.com or on your favorite podcasting platform, we also are taping this for YouTube. So check out Geek with Muscles, all one word, on YouTube, and you can actually see all of us.
Yeah.
So that's great.
hey,
And-
Michael.
Yes.
Hey, I know. Before we get started, I know we're talking about Pride Prep and the Gay Alphabet quiz today.
Uh-huh.
But just for our panel and everybody here, I just want to start us off with a quick joke.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, in honor of Pride Prep, who feeds the gay horse?
I don't know who feeds the gay horse.
No.
The hey girl.
Great one.
No.
Yes.
No.
I thought that's fun.
Stick to real estate.
That's a good joke. I like that.
Oh.
Wait.
No.
Can't wait to use that at the gym tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
The
Okay.
PTA is gonna love it.
So tonight's show was inspired by our co-host George because he's been ranting to me a little bit about the LGBTQ community. So I thought, hey, this is going to be a really cool learning opportunity for everybody. And George is an LGBTQ ally as well as Miss Hite. And Mr. Paez is an advocate, and I'm just a protester, and so is Eric. And so what the whole idea is that, as you know, we have the acronym that says LGBTQ, and I'm gonna let George take it from there.
Wow. LGBTQ. The 80s, I think I heard about this. LGBT or LGB. T? No, I don't think there was a T. Well, maybe there was.
There wasn't.
No, there was.
No.
No, at the beginning, it was just LG.
Oh, LG. So I've always known it as LGBT, and I liked it. And then they added something else to it. I can't remember, but it's getting out of hand now. It's really getting out of hand because it makes us straight people that are allies not understand what's going on because they have questionings, they have this, they have that, and I feel that somehow their message is not marketable anymore. It's become a clown fest, and that's how I feel about it. I still call it LGBT. I will always call it that. And I think the messaging is completely wrong. Stop adding stuff because I think the next thing they're going to add is, fetishes to it.
Mm.
I like Q-tips. So LGBT Q-tips version 1.5. That's how I feel about it.
Okay, so it's
Hmm.
like so
Sorry.
you're no, you're wait, hold on. So so you were
Okay.
basically saying that I'm glad you brought up the Q part because do you actually think that's a fetish that they're talking about?
Well, the questioning, I like the Q part because that's questioning, but it does. You don't have to have a letter for every single variation because sexualities. There's like 32 different type of sexualities out there now. So it's like you're adding more, and then your message doesn't come out clear anymore when you
Okay.
add more
Well,
stuff to it.
the Q really started with queer,
Oh,
because queer is very encompassing. So that's the Q is really for queer,
you see, there you go.
and then some people then took it to questioning. I personally like LGBTQ plus, and that's it. Because to your
I
point,
like that.
it, it
I
becomes
love that.
it just
Plus everything else.
plus everything else. Yes.
Yes, love that. I'm with that. 100%.
How do you feel
Well,
about it, Miss Height?
well, let me tell you, I never gave that much thought. I always, when I saw the when I saw the addition of additional letters, I just thought to myself, I don't have a clue what it is. I really don't know. I knew up to LGBTQ. Then I was like, what's the I and the A and the this and the that? I never give it much thought, but I want to thank you, George, because really, I do kind of agree with you. I think that the more letters you add, the more confusing the message gets. I mean, you
Right.
don't want to offend anyone because everybody wants, address me by my correct sexuality. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I think that LGBTQ at some point it has to stop. I think it's okay,
Yeah. Bring it back to
but I don't
LGBTQ
understand
plus.
what it
I love that.
means. I don't
Yeah.
I don't I don't understand what it all means.
So I have a little. So this is my take on it, and this is my take on it is that way back when you were growing up, like when I was growing up or whatever, there was gay and lesbian.
Mhm.
Okay, and that was pretty much it. There was gay and lesbian, and then there was the transgendered community, and they weren't even looked favorably upon even in the gay and lesbian community. And this was documented in a really wonderful TV show that uh, Eric and I watched called Pose.
Mm,
And
mm.
I don't know if you remember the scene where one of the characters wanted to go into a gay bar
Mhm.
and she wasn't allowed because she was transgendered. Do you
Yeah.
remember that?
I remember that, and they looked and frowned down upon her, and just wouldn't accept her. And so and she kept going every night, and then being escorted out by police, and then went back the next night and escorted out by police. And I think it's just a very powerful statement because she went in with a I'm here to be seen, I'm here to be with you all. And I think that's where we look at LGBTQ. I think we've done a really great job as a community at making sure that LGBTQ it stands for inclusiveness. I think when you see that, when you see the acronym, when you see that term, I right off the bat think inclusiveness and
Mm.
acceptance, and you are who you are, and we as a community welcome you all into this inclusive environment, LGBTQ.
Inclusive
Totally.
That's really
inclusive is
cool.
part of
So
what is one of the letters, correct?
I'm sorry.
Is that the
Is it
I? Is that the
is that the
I?
I?
No, we're
Inclusive?
gonna learn all about the eye in a
Oh
little
boy.
bit.
See,
Okay.
so you see what I mean?
Well,
But
I need education. My education needs to be on the they and they. Don't call me they. Don't call me he. Don't call me.
Oh
Oh, your
yeah, that's
I
another
think
pronouns.
one.
Well,
that's the one that
that's a,
really
that's
that's the one
even
Yeah.
that really throws me. That throws me like for
Could
a
we
loop.
talk about that later on during the show, please?
Oh, the
Could
pronouns?
we bring
Yeah,
yeah, can we bring that up?
absolutely.
Okay.
Pronouns are really, yeah, because they help with the rest of the stuff that we're going to learn during our gay alphabet quiz.
Should we be taking notes? You know, I'm a note taker. I can document.
Yeah, you can take notes, Pauline. That'd be
Okay, wait.
great.
I'm gonna get
So
my
the thing is that as we've evolved, as people have evolved and as society has evolved, and we're coming to recognize, as George already pointed out, that there's like 30 different types of sexual preferences and combinations, and sometimes people don't even identify as wanting to have sex. And so as these
as wanting.
people
Wait, as wanting to have sex.
not wanting to have
Oh,
sex,
thank you.
yeah,
Mm.
so as things have evolved, they want to be represented, they want to be seen, they want to be heard, and so they wanted their little piece because they don't identify as lesbian or gay or bisexual or transgender or even queer. And so they were like, okay, we want a letter too. And since the whole thing is about inclusiveness, as Eric mentioned, then it was like, okay, we'll add that. And yeah, it started growing and growing. And so yeah, we can talk about, yeah, it's kind of long, and I visited this amazing website that I'm going to mention when we start our quiz, and they had the most amazing information, and they acknowledged George's complaint.
Oh.
Whoop.
I just had to test
well,
my buzzer. I'm sorry.
but but sometimes how I like to refer to the LGBTQ is the alphabet. I'll say he's a member of the alphabet. Instead of saying he's part of the LGBTQ community. No, he's part of the alphabet, and then that encompasses 26 letters, and everybody's included in that one, and we don't.
Oh, so
I
you
love that.
you
We
you
don't
do
keep
that
any.
too.
Yes.
Now why
Oh,
do you do that? What's the main reason you do that?
Well, because
You don't want to leave
I mean,
anybody out?
I don't want to leave anybody out. Sometimes I'm talking to someone who doesn't appreciate all the letters, and it's confusing to them, and
Oh.
so it's kind of inclusive. It's very
So
inclusive. So I'll just
that's an
say the alphabet.
interesting point that you say that some people might not like one of the letters in it.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Yeah, but
amazing to
shouldn't
me.
it be sensitive? I mean, you can't please everybody. You
No.
really
Well,
No.
can't. And
we know that by all the words, by all the letters in it.
yeah, I mean,
My
really,
God.
they're so.
Wait, I'm
I
not
don't know
sure if
what
this
half
went
of
to
them
red
mean.
chat or not.
Well, it's true.
No, I
It's
see
true.
your point. No, and like
No
Pauline,
one's
were you
ever going to
saying
be
something?
happy because they're going to say, "Well, I'm not in there." So
Right.
that's a
Well,
great
no,
point.
not if you do it like Gabriel says. You just said, you're the alphabet. You're the alphabet. There are 26 letters. That's it. No,
Right, but now I
you're
get that
good.
confused with the owner of Google.
What?
Huh?
Alphabet is the owner of Google. So now you're getting me more even
Wait,
confused.
wait, wait,
Who
wait.
is
Well,
Alphabet? Who is Alphabet? Alphabet is in a company or something? The
Yeah, it's a
alphabet is
company.
A
It's the
through
main
Z.
company of Google and a bunch of
Oh,
other
okay,
companies.
yeah, but yeah, but
But
you
when you're
Come
gotta,
talking
down
about
to earth, George.
sexuality,
yeah,
Come
and
we're
you're
down
No,
to
not
I
talking
talking
earth,
about
understand. I
George.
sexuality. We're not
understand, but
talking
when
A
you
about
through
say
Z.
sexuality. Oh wait,
right,
Pauline
alphabet.
is waving her hand.
Yeah, I
Pauline,
said we got to come down to earth on that one because A through Z is the alphabet. Are we going to go to the courts and say we can't use that word anymore? Because somebody bought a company and named it the alphabet. But yeah, that's wow. I never knew that. Thank you, George. I never knew that people.
there
That's
you go.
interesting.
Wow, thank you, George. We didn't know that either.
Oh,
Okay, so that's
sorry.
really interesting. So I think it's a really good time. What do you guys think? Do you think it's a really good time to start our gay quiz?
Yeah, go
Woohoo! I'm
ahead.
gonna fail it, but
well,
it's okay.
but sure.
No, go ahead, Gabriel.
No, go
Did you
ahead.
have
Go
some?
ahead. Well,
Are you sure?
I just think that to close up the item is
Mhm.
you really say what how you feel comfortable in saying. I feel comfortable saying LGBTQ plus. You may be feel comfortable saying LGBT. So it really has to be whatever the person feels comfortable in saying.
Mm.
um if you feel comfortable saying the alphabet, say the alphabet. Um, I,
LGBTQ plus or whatever flavor of the week it is.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
but see, when you say whatever flavor of the week it is,
Yeah, that's a
then
little bit.
that's when you're going to get into trouble.
Yeah,
So
you're
if you
Yeah,
back
just
no,
say
into
no,
trouble.
LGBT, if you
I
say
love to get into
LGBT,
trouble.
I know what you do, and I'm sure I barely know you, and I'm sure you do because it says it all over you.
Thank you.
Uh, so but it's to stay within the lines and not to offend anybody and not to be disrespectful. If you say LGBT, you're fine. If you say LGBTQ plus, you're fine as well. So, but when you start saying
Yeah,
LGBTQ plus and ABCDEFG, that's when you become disrespectful, and then someone's going to get upset and they're going to call you out on it. So
Right. I
that's
think if
that's
you say it
Mm.
respectfully and you say it with a respectful tone, then you don't run a risk of someone being offended. And then if someone says, "Well, this is who I am," and you that's not part of the LGBTQ plus, but it is incorporated somewhere, you can ask and have that conversation. So tell me more about who you are. And I think that's what being inclusive is all about. Tell me more who you are, so I understand who you are. I'd love to, and I'll show you more about me. That's what we have to do as a community.
I like that, and
and
I
like
like
if you
that.
and if you and if you were to say LGBT and they'll tell you but I'm Q also, you're like I'm sorry, I'm sorry, you could apologize for that
yeah. I
person's
already offended them. Right, I already offended them
right.
by not including them.
No,
So
no,
no
Right.
no,
matter
not
what,
necessarily,
I
not
lose out.
necessarily. You just, it's
No,
worse if
but
you
your
were to say
intention.
LGBTQ plus ABCDEFG. That's more
No, no,
offensive
I
than
know.
not
I
including.
say that as a joke because I'm a
Oh,
troublemaker.
okay, okay.
But I say
Oh,
that as a joke. I'm a troublemaker. But
Well,
when I address them, I always address them as LGBTQ, LGBT,
mm.
and sometimes I put the Q or sometimes I put the plus. But you know, they know what I'm saying.
I don't understand that. What do you mean? You address people by saying that, like
No, if I
LGBTQ
bring it up,
or?
like if
Oh,
we're in
okay.
conversation, I'll just say, "Oh, he's a member of the LGBTQ."
LGBTQ
I have
plus,
a
yeah.
lot of gay friends, lots of gay friends. I would say more than people expect.
Yeah, George has been on a gay cruise.
Yeah,
Yeah,
multiple.
are you all
multiple gay cruises.
cruisers?
We're all
Yeah,
cruisers,
you're all
actually.
cruisers.
George was working on the cruise, though.
Yeah, two of them.
Two of them.
George,
Yeah,
you've been around. George, you've been around. Been
I
around the
I
world.
I'm a listen. I am a I
Equal
love every.
opportunists.
I yeah. There's one thing I always say. I like to offend everybody equally, so everybody gets offended equally.
But
But
George,
that's
I
just
do
my
have
saying.
I do have to defend you
I
for
love
coming on.
everybody the same. Everybody to me is the same person. Black, white, Chinese. Doesn't matter who you are. They're all the same thing. So
Not me, George. Not me. I'm
that's the
special.
way I love to.
But George, just the fact that you're coming on here and you're questioning how do I talk to somebody, how do I approach somebody, that really speaks volumes for who you are and what you want to do is you want to do the right thing.
Correct.
Thank you for calling it
Mm.
out because we all have questions about it, even myself as a gay man, and the questions
Good.
about it and the community in general. So good job.
Thank you.
So then I have a question. So the question is, if you ever meet someone, what do you identify as? Because I can't see if I first of all, my gaydar isn't that great. I don't know if that's something to say. I mean, but
Uh oh.
I don't really care. I don't really care if I walk up to you. You could be LGBTQIA, whatever the letters. I don't care. That's
Stop.
not how I
Stop. You're
address
offending
someone.
people again.
No, I'm not offending anyone because Mike. I'll live with it. But I don't walk up to somebody. I would never in conversation ask
Right.
somebody what you identify as. I mean, that's like to me, that's
But
like the
that's
fifth
but
or the sixth time I meet you, not the first or the second time I meet you. That'll be like
but in
later.
today's world, that's an acceptable question.
Right.
Really? I would
Yes.
never.
No,
I
no,
just
no,
would
no.
never.
Actually,
I find
actually,
it so
that's one of the first
offensive.
questions. That's one of the first questions you can ask. So, Pauline, how do you identify? I'm a cis woman, and I'm like, okay, now I know. Now that I know that you're a cis woman, and I
A
move on.
Gabriel,
cis
Gabriel,
woman. What does that
yeah.
mean?
Oh, wait a minute. Let me finish with Gabriel. I think that if I was in a scenario and somebody walked up to me and said that the Pauline of right now, I'd be like, it's none of your business. Like what is it? Like I would be completely offended by that. I
Oh,
really would be.
interesting.
Like I
Interesting.
would never. And I know I'm glad that you're telling me it's okay. I hope that if I ever do it, and I ask somebody that they are as kind as you are, and they will say I am blah blah blah. I don't want to get cussed out because I will find out where you live, Gabriel. I said Gabriel
Oh,
told me that this was going to be okay, and now I'm getting cussed out by somebody.
oh, hold on.
Is that oxygen?
Yeah, I need oxygen. Wow, Pauline.
Oh, that wasn't.
I
I have.
love this lady.
No, I'm saying because I'm telling you, if for me, like I said, Gabriel, the Pauline of right now, if anybody, if I'm in a scenario, say I go to Michael's house and Michael and Eric are having a wonderful dinner and we're all having fun, and somebody turns to me and says, "What do you identify as?" I would really look at them like it's none of your damn business. Like, what
Nah.
is this? We're
But they
just
might
here
want to
having a
tell
nice
you, though. They
time.
might want to tell you.
I know. Okay, I'm gonna have to work on that, Gabriel. I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
work on it.
So you
Yeah.
know what
I will
the
have
Try.
interesting
to.
thing is.
It's
You
I
should
will
something.
see
have
It's
the
to.
very.
you should see the questions I ask.
So, but no, listen, you know what the thing is? You always have to know your audience. So if you're
Yes.
in a room with a lot of people and you know there's a lot of LGBTQ, like let's say Eric and I had a lovely dinner party in our brand new home in Pinecrest.
All
Yes.
right.
Yes.
Woo!
Okay.
Manifest it. Yes.
Manifest it, right? And so you know that there's going to be various members of the LGBTQ community there. So by knowing that, you might anticipate the question might be asked of you. So you might
Yeah.
prepare ahead of time.
Mm.
You know what? My answer would be terrible. I'd make George blush. I'd make Gabriel pass out. I would.
I'm
Whew,
all
it would
for
be
it,
terrible.
Pauline. I'm all for it. Go
I
for it.
let
Hit me.
everybody know. I let everybody know I'm strictly dickly, honey. I don't play around. I will make everybody have a heart attack.
Gabriel,
You're gonna
we're in
break a
for a
lot of lady
long
hearts,
ride.
Pauline.
I'm telling you, I got my husband right here. He knows all about it. Let's not continue.
Ah,
Sorry, Gabriel. Get your first time meeting me. I'm gonna shut up.
It's
I'll be
okay.
right
It's
back. One of my
okay.
lights went off. I'll be right back, guys. Keep
Okay.
on. I'm just gonna
Okay.
get another light.
Oh,
Okay.
George lost his light, and
Yeah. Keep on going.
so no, we'll keep going. And okay, so what else do you think is really important about that kind of thing, about that kind of conversation? About let's talk more about pronouns now that George is walking away or working
He
on his
wanted to
light.
be here for that part.
He wanted to, yes, he wanted to be. I really, actually, Gabriel, you've had experiences with people with pronouns where you've actually incorrectly addressed somebody as a pronoun and they were
Yes.
offended.
Yes. I need to go get one something. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. I'm gonna die if I don't put on my battery.
All
Sorry.
Oh
all
no,
right,
no, okay,
I'm here.
that's okay.
I'm here. All the batteries are dying.
It's like
Oh my
everybody's opportunity to get up and walk.
This is
goodness.
intermission. This is the intermission
It's
after
because the
Pauline
conversation
speaks.
is just so intense that everyone's like
It
trying to just
is.
take a breather and like
That must be.
walk away.
Not me. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm ready. I got my
So,
water.
Pauline, let's practice. So, we're at a party together. You don't know me. I walk up to you and I say, "Hey, what do you identify as?"
Mind your goddamn business. That's what I'm gonna tell
Mm.
you. I haven't gotten there yet, Eric. We're gonna do this 3 or 4 times.
Okay. I'm back.
We'll
All
get
right.
better.
Okay. I'm
All right.
back.
We're all back. We're all
Oh,
back.
okay.
I
But
failed,
getting.
Gabriel. I failed the quiz. I failed.
But
Look at
listen,
me.
just to get back to Michael's point, I went to a a play, and the person played a non-binary person, and so and he was like really femme, and the person was very feminine, and they kind of spoke. So when I referred to them as she,
Mm.
oh child, I was like,
Mm-mm.
I was corrected in a 2 second,
Mm.
and my
Mm.
pronouns are he, him, his. And I said, I am so sorry. I just do not know how you identify, It's
There
first
you
time
go.
meeting you. And I know I'm sorry, Pauline, but
Oh,
that's simply what I had to tell him. I'm sorry, I do not know how you identify.
oh,
And I moved on, and I didn't let it bother, and I continued, because had I given him the space to keep covering it,
Mhm. Mhm.
we would have been down a slippery slope, and I wasn't going to go that route. So
Wow, you're a good person. You really
Wow.
are.
Interesting.
Yes,
Interesting.
I mean, for somebody to get so upset and just lash out at you like that,
Well,
you're
that's the
very
problem,
tolerable.
and that's why we can't have all these letters
Oh,
and all
so
these
you want to
pronouns.
reduce the letters? You want to reduce
Reduce
the
the
amount of
reduce the letters, reduce the pronoun. Just keep it simple. Hey,
keep it
human, how
simple.
you doing, human?
So there's actually I have a rebuttal to that, and it's along the lines because it's something I learned while reading a book called White Fragility, and White Fragility
Mm.
is a very interesting book. And one of the things
Mhm.
it taught me was a lot of people say they're colorblind. And what I did not realize, and after I read this book, I was like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense, is that when you tell someone that you're colorblind and you don't want to acknowledge their race and which is part of their personal history, part of their struggle, part of the thing that has made them who they are as an individual, that's not a good thing. That you that saying you're colorblind is actually a bad thing because you're basically saying you're going to in your mind erase everything that that person
Right.
represents. And so along those lines, I feel like if you're saying we don't call just call everybody human, then you're not acknowledging diversity. And I think we need to acknowledge diversity, not ignore it. And I think that's the entire thing about the LGBTQ acronym, while it's grown, because we're trying to
It
acknowledge it, not ignore it.
these let me I want to add something. I want to add something real quick. I know this has been going on for a while, but I think due to the recent politics of a couple of decades, all of this has been changed. You know, you have people against, you know, male bathrooms, female bathrooms. Then now you want to have an all inclusive bathrooms. I would say we're human, we're smart. Have one bathroom for everyone. I
Mhm.
mean, we're humans. You know, if you have a kid and they have to go to the bathroom, go with the kid to the bathroom. Don't let them
That's
go by
right.
themselves. If you're afraid of your kid going in the bathroom, go with them. It's that simple. If you want to have a male female bathroom in 2020, that's a in 2022, that's a problem now because now you don't have an all-inclusive bathroom. And then you just keep on adding and adding and adding. And if you have a drag queen friend, you don't know to call him or her or whatever.
Mhm.
So
Oh,
it's so
yeah,
so confusing.
because
It's
and
not just it's
it's
just
confusing.
nonstop.
It's confusing because there's a lack of education, and I think if you have better education, you
Right,
won't
but
be
where are
confused.
you going to teach this in school?
Yeah,
No,
What
you
do you
should.
not
call
in
you? What
Florida.
Not
Not in
Florida.
what
Florida.
what
not in
Florida.
yeah?
Florida.
Not in
What
Not in
what
Florida.
Florida. Don't say,
what's
we're
the
gonna
class?
say
What's
it.
the class? How to address your gay friends?
Yeah.
What
So
what's
There should be an inclusive class. Like
Yeah.
no,
starting.
no, 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 no,
Oh no, I disagree with that. I agree with Eric
no.
100%. This is the way of the world. You're not going to stop it. The movement, it's not like we're going to
Yeah,
regress
yeah.
50
Look,
years. We're
look.
moving forward. You have to have, everybody needs to know that Tommy has two dads or two moms or Tommy feels this way, whatever it may be. We have to, as a society, get with it.
That's
It's not
correct.
like we're not
Exactly.
going to be, we're not trying to shun anybody who's different than us. We have to accept it. It's not
Yes,
going away. It's just not. As
I
much as I
agree.
want to try, it's not going away.
It's
I
not.
agree
It
with you.
just today I was at a symposium at UM, and UM was celebrating its a 10th year of a minor in LGBTQ studies, and
Mhm.
now they're looking at doing a major and possibly a master's, and eventually a doctorate degree. So
That's
it's not going to
fantastic.
it's not going
That's
away.
Right.
So
fantastic.
that's the type of education that we need. So we're able to
Yes.
then train everybody and have these classes and be more mainstream versus just at a higher level of education.
Stupidity is contagious. Look at our government, at
Yeah,
Right.
our
so
current
true.
Florida
and
government.
and that's why Pauline, I agree with you, and that's the reason why I mentioned that, because if I do speak with my straight friends, what they say, and I always correct them. And I
Mhm.
always listen first because I'm loading up to tell them off because I hate when they make fun of the GLBTQ community. But I hear what they say, and the reason I bring these things up, it's obviously I'm trying to be funny, but I'm trying to bring up a good point. If it confuses a lot of people, it's a problem. So if you're a drag queen, how do I address you? Are
Because
you
do you know
him,
why?
a her?
Okay,
Do I
But
have to
simply
ask you
ask. But
how?
that's why you
Oh,
simply ask that person.
Right,
so
that's why we
but
need courses that
that's yet
address
a
that.
problem. That's yet a problem. I don't go to the street. Hey, Gabriel, how you doing? Are you a top or a bottom? Do I
no, but
For
ask you
that's
that?
them.
But that's a different thing. You're
No,
asking them
it's
how
kind
do
of
you.
like the same.
no,
If I want to
No,
know, if
no,
I want to know,
no.
why couldn't I ask?
George. So you're confusing three different
Sex
things:
No. I
sexual
know.
attraction, identity, and
and
Okay,
gender.
gender.
but if I want to know the complete circle, okay, the complete circle, I get it. Mind, sexuality, I get it. But if I want to know the complete circle, I'm going to say, "Hey, Mike, how you doing?" I say you have Eric on the top, so I know you're both gay, but I don't know who does who and who does where. Now, should I ask you that? If
No,
you're
because you wouldn't
advertising
ask
it,
a
I should.
straight person that.
Of course, why not?
Exactly.
Why
You
not?
don't ask a straight
You would
person
You would
that.
never
ask me
ask a
that?
straight person.
I would
Would you ask a
no, you would
female, are
never,
you the top
never.
or the bottom?
No, because
Oh
Okay.
it's
God.
obviously
So
we do know
now
who's
we know
what.
Jada's the top, but
there
that's a
you
different.
go. There you go. All I'm saying is it's just more confusing. That's it. It's just
Yeah.
confusing.
But
But
Interesting.
once
but
you
I
know
think
the person,
pronouns is just for another topic for another discussion because
I know, right?
yeah.
it's so incumbency that we're not going to agree upon everything here with the pronouns. So I think the alphabet is a little bit easier than the having the pronouns. The pronouns
It's
is a
like
Well,
one
really
step
well,
difficult,
at a
and
time.
it's even difficult for some of us. So
Yeah.
I think the issue for me, the issue with the pronouns is, um, God, I had a thought and it just slipped. That's what happens when you get over 50. Um, but the issue with the pronouns, you made a good point there that, it's a different discussion. I think it's very complex. And the thing is that it continues to grow in complexity. And the main thing is that you don't want to offend anyone. But how do you learn if you don't ask? Except for George, I'm not going to ask some of those questions that you're asking because, like Michael said, you would never ask a straight person certain issues, certain questions. So, but I can definitely see where that curiosity comes from. I mean, I'm curious. I want to know, but there's certain, like, look, I'm the person that just told you all that I would never
I
even ask
I I
someone some of
I'm
those
gonna
things.
I'm gonna respond to that, and I'm not gonna repeat what I said, but I have been to dinner with several gay friends, and they bring it up. You think he's a top? You think he's a bottom? And
What
my
the
joke
heck?
is
but
everyone in Wilton Manors is a top.
that's one of those things. That's one of those
No,
things
So
that it's
so
okay if
they're
we
cracking
bring
up.
it
They're
up.
cracking up
Yeah,
because I'm
Yes,
saying that.
it's brought up in
yes.
conversation, so it's
it's
just that's fun talking,
No,
and you get to that when you
it
get to know the person.
it's you have to have confianza in order to say
It's
something
no,
like that.
Yeah.
obviously. But what
I'm
I'm
with
saying is,
Gabriel. I'm with Gabriel. I think that if I am a part, not an ally, but a part of the community, then that's okay for me. I would never ask someone that. I just, gosh, look, George. Good kudos to you, brother. Kudos to you. Because
but I, I
and
I
look,
do.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start. We're gonna start hanging out so you can go ask these people these questions so that when you get slapped up and beat up, I can bring you home.
I need a camera person.
There you go. Because
You
I'll
go with me
never.
next week.
I'll go. I'll go.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
I
go
agree
ask the
with
question.
Gabriel.
How do
I,
you
I
I
like to
agree
I
with
be
do want to
addressed?
say that we talked about the education piece on it, and I think it's very important because when you look at how many kids are going to bed tonight afraid to go to school
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow,
Hmm.
afraid because of their bullies there, or even someone. Let's look at it at the reverse end. Okay, maybe someone wants to make friends with somebody, but they don't understand and they don't know how to. Um, that's a problem because that has to be addressed. And I don't think, Rome wasn't built in a day. It's not something that's going to be overnight, but it's piece by piece. And by stripping educational information from these kids that are going to turn into teenagers, that are going to turn into adults, that are going to be leading our country and leading our world in the future, that we need to start now, because they
Oh my God, who are you?
well, I don't know, because you didn't introduce me in the beginning, so I don't know. But it starts from the bottom up, and Gabriel touched base where it can't go right from the top down. It's got to go bottom up, and so it's just.
Here we go.
Oh, no. I got you, Eric. Yes, Eric.
Thank you.
Well said.
That was
Drop the mic. I'm out.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
we go.
woohoo.
Okay, with that, do you
Are we
guys
gonna
want
have a
to?
quiz anytime soon?
Yes. So you want to? Everybody wants to get their buzzers ready.
Okay, I'm
do we all
ready.
have our buzzers on your phone?
Somebody has a television on pretty loud back there or something. I'm not sure.
Hold on, it's me.
Okay, so I have everybody's buzzer. Gabriel, Jett, and Mrs.
Thank you.
Okay, so everybody's. So I'm gonna read the rules really quick. Okay, so this is the gay alphabet quiz. None of these. There's no questions that are multiple choice. If
Okay.
you think you know the answer, buzz in, and the first person that buzzes in will be asked by Eric, who's controlling the board, to go ahead and say the answer. If you get it wrong, we'll go ahead and tell you what the answer is.
Yes.
Everybody gets a point for each question, and then we'll have Eric let us know who the winner is. You ready?
Can we do a buzzer test first, just to make sure?
Yes.
Everyone hit your buzzer.
Okay.
Perfect. Everyone came in.
Okay, great. Okay, everybody ready? Okay, here's the first. Do we want music with this or no? So here's the first question, number 1. Here we go. I am the letter Q, an LGBTQIA.
Who goes first?
Can I finish the question?
No, that is the question.
I thought there was more. Okay, so we got Mrs. Hite. That you came in first.
Queer.
That is. Hold on.
Oh boy.
That is correct.
Wait. Should I pose it like, what is queer, Michael?
So, well, our next question.
By the way, I thought it was questioning.
You thought it was questioning. Well,
It could be.
It could be. Yeah, it actually could be. Okay, question number 2. What does it mean to identify as queer?
Mrs. Hite.
Non-binary.
No, Miss Height says non-binary.
Oh, you gave
Can
me
you
a
re- can
nasty
you re-
little buzzer.
Can you repeat the question?
Nah.
What does it mean to identify as queer?
No, you did. That wasn't the
No,
question.
non-binary.
That wasn't the. Yeah.
Yeah. What does
No.
it mean to be identify as queer?
No,
Yes.
not. You said not to identify as
Oh,
queer.
I said identify
Not
as
to.
queer.
Oh,
Okay.
so-
I'm sorry. I
thought it was not to.
Yeah, no. What does it mean
Take
to
a point away from Mike, please.
Shit. So, I forgot to give the credit for this quiz, by the way. I got this information from a wonderful website called outrightinternational.org. So visit their site to get amazing information about human rights in the LGBTQ community. Okay, so
Brought to you by
Is
DeSantis,
that a point for Pauline or no?
running for government.
is there a point? You know what? She's actually, yeah, no, that's not a point for Pauline.
So it was outright what?
Outrightinternational.org.
Do I take one away?
No.
Why would you
Once
take
you
one
take
away?
my point away, I will come through this camera.
Okay,
You have no idea.
so let me explain what the website says. It says queer is often used as an umbrella term referring to anyone who is not straight and not cisgender. Cisgender people are people whose gender identity and expression match the sex they were assigned at birth. Historically, the term was used as a slur against LGBTQIA people, but in recent years has been reclaimed. However, some LGBTQIA people still find the term offensive.
You
Okay.
see
Don't
what I
ask
mean?
any questions.
You see what I
George, don't
mean?
ask
So
any
wait.
questions. We will never
I
finish.
want to continue the game,
Wait.
but that's the problem I'm having.
Well,
That's the problem right
this is
there.
what the game is for, to educate.
I understand, but it's like, how do you now take a letter? I don't want to drag it on, but I have to say it because somebody else might agree with me on the interverse. If you have the word Q, which is queer, which was a derogatory word towards the gays, now you bring it in saying, oh, it's fine now, not a problem. And some people are still offended, and some people are still offended, and some people think like, no, that's me. I'm queer, so I want to be on there.
This is an important conversation to have, and I'm glad we're having it on the Geek
I'm
with
not
Muscles
thinking that one.
podcast. Okay, so
I need more
next,
education.
Gabriel?
Wait a minute, Gabriel. I need that class from the University of Miami or wherever. I need to go take that LGBTQ class because I'm
Pauline's
Yeah.
going to be the first doctorate out of that course.
So let me give you an example of someone who is queer. If you watched Jeopardy and you saw the first transgendered female on Jeopardy who's in the Tournament of Champions, she was cisgender male, and then
what the
she
hell?
became a female.
Hmm.
Okay. Now she became a female. She is queer because she's not the sex that she was assigned what she was at birth, and she's also not straight. Okay. So this is somebody who used to be male and liked
Mhm.
women, and
Mhm.
then had a sex change operation. They still like women.
Mhm.
Okay. But now they're considered a lesbian because it's the same sex thing.
Caitlyn Jenner? Caitlyn Jenner?
Caitlyn Jenner, does Caitlyn Jenner still like women?
No.
Yes, yes. She
Yes.
she
only
does.
likes
Oh.
women. She
Then
only
she is
likes women.
queer as well.
I ain't gonna win no money on this
Okay,
game.
next. Let's go with the next. Everybody get your buzzards ready. I am the letter I in LGBTQIA.
Pauline.
Oh, I may be wrong. Inclusive?
And Pauline says inclusive.
Oh,
Interested.
Intersex.
Oh,
the
I thought it was
hell?
interesting.
Intersex.
What?
Intersex is the term that refers to people who naturally have biological traits such as hormonal levels or genitalia that do not match, which is typically identified as male or female. In
Oh,
other
yeah.
words, if you are male, you look male, but you were born with a vagina.
Oh, oh,
That is called
that
intersex.
bad word. I know that. I know the bad word for that, but
Yeah. So
uh-uh.
yeah. So
No?
there is. That's
Only
so.
tell me.
There you go.
No,
We're
I'm
learning,
telling you.
aren't we? We're all learning
No,
together.
don't go there.
Okay.
Don't go there.
Yes, I don't listen. If you want to find out where is it, Vietnam or the Philippines, they can show you all about it. You can go on over there, George.
There you go. Okay, here's a question number 5. If I identify as non-binary or genderqueer, what does that mean? I identify as non-binary or genderqueer. What does that mean?
Don't all jump in at once.
Okay, time's up.
This is confusing.
Gabriel buzzed in. Let's see what Gabriel has to say.
Well, I guess it has to be that some people don't identify with any gender over time, and they don't feel that they're a male or a female in any way, and in the terms as to what we know it as. So there would be a non-binary person. So
Okay,
they don't.
I say we give Gabriel a point. This is someone who's not comfortable with the terms, such as a male, female, whatever. They don't like these labels.
Would that be George then?
I was just going to say that. I was going to say that.
Okay.
So I'm what? An I? I'm an I?
What?
No, you're not an I.
Oh, okay.
You're barely.
Okay.
You're non-binary.
You're okay. True or false? Everyone get your buzzers ready. True or false?
Okay.
Asexual men may still enjoy dating and experiencing romantic relationships.
That's a go for Gabriel.
True, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Let me get to
Woo!
often referred to as ace. This is an umbrella term for individuals who do not experience or experience a low level sexual desire. They can still want to have a romantic or emotional relationship,
Wha- Oh my
but
God, what is it called again? What is that called?
asexual.
Asexual.
Oh my goodness. Now I can tell. My children were trying to tell me about it the other day. And I was just like, what are you talking about? That you would like a girl, but you don't want to be physical with her. And I'm thinking, how do you like somebody and eventually not even, no, no, no. They said that they knew of someone who wanted to marry someone and he was gay or bisexual and he wanted to marry someone who was asexual. He liked her and he loved her, but he didn't want to have a physical relationship with her.
Oh, so there you go. Now you know.
Well, listen,
See,
I am getting educated up
we
and
are
down
learning.
today.
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Okay. This is number 7. I am proud to hang out with my QPOC/QTPOC friends. What am I saying?
The hell? What?
Can you repeat the question?
Did you just have an epileptic attack?
I am proud to hang out with my QPOC/QTPOC friends. What am I saying?
You need a Q-tip? What the crap? I don't understand you.
Oh,
Gabriel, what's your answer?
queer people of color?
Yes. Gabriel,
Oh wow!
Gabriel, are you googling his answer?
No, because I had him today, and I was like reverting back to
Yes.
what we were
Look
talking
at
about.
Pauline's expression. She's
Listen,
looking perfectly at
you all are going to start making me agree with George. This is
this.
crazy. So I guess QTPOC is queer transgender people of color.
QT, yes, exactly.
And
Yeah.
what happens if you don't? Okay, no, I'm not gonna do that.
Some,
Yeah.
queer
George,
people of
I'm gonna
color.
start to come over to your team in a minute now. 'Cause this is
Thank you.
Okay, next question. Question number 8. I am the T in LGBTQ.
Pauline, what's your answer?
transgender.
That's right.
Excellent. Absolutely
Well, thank you,
excellent.
hallelujah. I'm a praise
Okay,
Jesus.
question number 9 is like the second part of
I
this.
thought that was. Oh, I knew it was that because that's part of the original. But
Yes.
it could. To me, it could also mean transitioning.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
I
You
guess,
know,
and I don't think that would be offensive.
Yeah, but
No?
no,
What did I offend somebody?
No.
not at all.
not
But
you, George, not you. But is there now? I have a question. Is there a letter
Wait.
for that for transitioning? I mean, while
Yeah.
you're in that process.
Right.
oof, I don't know. That's a good
It would
question.
be T. That's a good question, but it
Gabriel,
would
you were
probably
going to
be
say
T.
something
I
when I said
need
that.
a point, Eric. I need a point. I need a point for that. Thank you very much. I need a point.
Okay, so question number 9 is describe what it means to identify as transgender.
All right, we got Pauline coming in first.
I'm going to use that T word again. That you are transitioning
Ah,
from.
hey, that's not what the word meant.
I don't know, but
Well,
I don't
but
want to say male and female, but I guess listen, this is a simple heterosexual person you're asking here. But for me, it is when you are transitioning from what we know as one sex to another. I mean, that's just a guess.
Let's
Okay.
let's
Try
have
to make some
Gabriel
well,
chime in on that because
well,
he
it-
answered the question.
well, it's when your gender identity does not conform to the typical associated to the sex that you were given when you were assigned at birth.
There you go.
So I have a problem with that word assigned.
Yeah, assigned
Well,
at birth.
because-
I knew you were going to
because-
go there.
Because
Assigned.
you're born, right, and they see that you have a little vagina. There's a little crack there. There's no penis. So
No,
they'll say,
boy.
okay,
It's
those-
okay. It's called vagina. It's a beautiful thing, honey.
Yes,
It's
it is.
beautiful.
Amen.
Bless
for
Jesus.
some.
No, no, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Okay. So,
Gorgeous.
Wow,
yeah,
Gabriel.
you are literally assigned a gender by your doctor.
Right, the doctor.
I'm not assigned a gender by my doctor.
Yeah,
Thank
he
you,
looked at you
Pauline.
and he said you're a
No,
girl.
listen now. Stop that foolish
That's
assigned.
true.
Thank you.
I had a problem with the word assigned.
Okay.
As-
Yeah.
My daddy met with my mama. They blessed Jesus, and his little guys made me.
Yeah.
His scientifically, his little guys are the ones that I can't say assigned, but they decided I was going to be
They
a woman.
decided.
They decided I was going to be a
Well, they
woman.
decided is the same thing as assigning.
No, it's
Yes.
not.
Oh boy.
Assigning
Oh, that
means
was the
you
wrong
do
thing.
this, you do that, you do the other. I'm going to assign you something. No, I don't think that's the right. That's not the right word.
Okay, well,
Okay.
that's. We'll
That's
Okay.
move
Well,
that's a
on.
then.
word.
I'm going to
Pauline
write a
gets a
very
point.
nice text to outrightinternational.org and let them know that the word assign should be scratched from anything. Don't let me get going. George and I, we're
I
going to be
I
more
would like
powerful.
to give a point to Pauline
Thank
and
you very much.
Gabriel, because they got it both right.
Hey, go Gabriel, go Gabriel.
Okay, number 10. I identify as cisgender male. What does this mean?
Gabriel, Gabriel,
That
go.
you
Yeah, that's Gabriel.
identify as a male that fully assigned to that you were assigned to. So
Assigned.
so let's say you're a man. You identify as a male because and you have not characteristics. I'm confusing myself. I'm sorry.
Oh, thank God.
Mm.
So yeah, basically, you are saying that you are a male and you were born a male. So if you're a
Right.
cisgender, whatever, if someone says I'm a
You're
cis
a
female
male.
or I'm a cis male, I was born that way.
So
Yeah.
is that
Right.
me?
Yes, you are cis male.
Yes, and so is Pauline as this woman.
I
Yes.
always thought cis
Excellent.
meant sister.
Absolutely excellent.
Let me tell you,
I
No,
I'm
thought
about to
cis meant
sing.
sister.
Let me tell you, I
no.
am about to sing Whitney Houston. I am every woman. I'm about to sing it. I'm about to sing it.
I got a challenge for George. I want you tomorrow at someone random walk up to him and say, "I identify as a cisgender man."
Oh, don't do it, George. You'll get your behind whooped. He's trying to know. Don't do it, George.
I'll
Another
do it.
black man,
I'll
black and black. Don't
I'll
do it,
do it.
George.
I'll do it.
Okay,
Oh my
this is
God,
something I thought was really interesting because I'd never
I
heard
just
this
at least
term.
I know what I should identify as.
There you go.
I
Okay,
like that one.
A
Cisgender.
sister what? Cis what?
cisgender.
Oh,
C
cisgender.
I
Cisgender male.
S
CIS gender.
gender.
Okay, got it.
Okay, number 11.
Oh,
The
it's
term
CIS. I
yes,
was doing cis like in systems, SYS. It's about a man who identifies as a man and a woman. Look, I'm taking notes. Y'all don't
there
believe
you
me.
you are taking notes. Okay, this term I was unfamiliar with. I'd never heard this before, but it's a thing. Okay, number 11. The term demisexual is used to describe someone that
We got to go for George.
Has sex with dummies.
No,
It's
No.
demi. It's demi. Isn't it half
All
of
right,
something?
Gabriel.
no.
What's
Someone
next?
a demi, someone who's attracted to someone by in an emotional bond with a person. So
this
Child,
is
I've
this
never.
is someone who can only experience sexual attraction after an emotional bond has formed. Very good,
uh,
Gabriel.
Wow.
Well, wait a minute. I'm
Uh-oh.
demisexual then.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. See,
Yeah.
we're a lot of demisexuals here. I'm not.
I think a
no,
You
lot
ain't
of
nothing but a hoe.
I
You
was
ain't
gonna
nothing but a
say we
hoe.
are whole.
You a hoe.
I think a lot of
Sorry,
people
Mike.
get married because of
Sorry,
that.
Mike, and sorry, Eric. You're a hoe.
Eric, you was a hoe. Lord have mercy.
This one's really interesting. Number 12. I have a wonderful African American friend that considers themselves to be SGL. What are they telling me?
He wants a new TV. It's not a TV.
LG.
Single?
SG.
Gabriel.
Single?
Is that a
No.
new HDMI input?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, this is
Yeah.
something, this is very interesting. It's a term used by the African American or Black community, and it means same gender loving because they're not comfortable with relying on terms and symbols of European descent.
Ooh.
Okay,
Ooh.
Go, Miss
listen.
Height. Go full
No,
force.
no,
This was a
no,
new one
no,
for
no.
me. I'm sorry.
So
Go
what
full
you're
force.
telling me is that now the black people feel that they don't want to identify with the white people, so we're becoming kind of what discriminatory or racist
No, they
here
don't like the terms used by
by the whites,
associated
by
Europeans.
the
Yes,
whites.
exactly.
Really, you are listen. No, 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 no.
But let me ask you: is this a term that it was coined by them or for them?
Buy them, I would
By
think,
them,
right?
yes.
Buy
Okay,
them,
okay,
yeah.
So
okay.
same gender loving. Okay, interesting. Okay,
So we're gonna have
this
some ebonics.
this one is a. I think we need to give more than 1 point for this one
Okay,
coming up. This is
come
okay.
on,
This
come on.
is the. We can call this the
Definitely not the tiebreaker because I don't even have 1 point.
You're actually negative.
We can call this the lightning round.
Woo! Wait, I see Gabriel, but he's frozen. Don't you all see him frozen?
Yeah, that's fine. That
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
Yeah,
frozen. Am I frozen?
No, you're not, but on the screen you are. Now,
Okay.
refresh,
that's
Okay.
refresh.
offensive. I would not call them frozen.
Oh my gosh. Let it
Okay.
go. Let it go.
SGL. I'm SGL.
There you go.
Okay.
Now that
So
one was the first time I've ever heard that term, but
yeah, it's
hey, there's
interesting,
always a
right?
first time. Thank you, Michael.
No, no, you're welcome. This
Oh
is a
no, wait. I thank you to outrightinternational.org.
yes,
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 yes.
thank you. Okay, this is a 5-pointer. Define the acronym LGBTIQAPD.
LMNOP, QRSTUV. I mean,
Stop
come
that,
on.
George. Stop that, George.
Okay, none of you know what this means. Okay, you ready?
Wait.
Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer or questioning, intersex, asexual or ally, pansexual, and demisexual.
Mm.
Pansexual, demisexual.
What's
Yes,
Now,
what's
now
pansexual?
is that really a
that's
term?
really a yeah. That's
Yeah.
really yes.
Gabriel, you see what we're trying? You see? Now you trying to go on
This
George's
is
side.
this no.
Wow.
This is a
At
wonderful
the end of the
conversation.
show, you guys are gonna all agree with me.
I
All of
am.
you
I'm
guys.
just it's crazy.
Okay, okay. Here's a 1-pointer.
Gabriel, I love you, bro.
My best friend's sister's ex roommate's mom identifies as pansexual. What is she trying to tell us?
She likes pan.
Yeah,
She likes bread in
I
Spanish.
don't know. Oh, that was good. That was good.
Pansexual. Anybody?
Oh yes. I do. I got it. I got
Oh,
it. That's
Gabriel
the
still
person.
disconnected here.
Gabriel,
That's
it
the
seems
person.
you're disconnected.
Why am I disconnected?
no, you're good. You're good.
Yeah,
We can hear you.
No,
yeah, we can hear
on
you.
the buzz in.
Oh,
It
because
shows.
Oh,
he might
Yeah,
have shut
yeah.
off his phone or his screen,
oh,
or
I'm,
he's
I
I
thought he
think
There you
was.
are.
I really.
pansexual
Go
is
ahead.
a person who is like I who's can be romantic, emotionally, and sexually attracted, regardless of who the other person is, regardless of their
Yes.
gender, creed, color,
Yes.
or anything like that.
yeah,
Yes.
yes.
I thank God.
They're
We got
attracted. Yes, they're attracted to anyone.
Right,
Okay,
regardless
Cool.
of that
last
was a.
question, folks.
And they even have a flag too.
Hey, could I
Now,
be in
did
the
Oh,
you know?
middle?
Did
Maybe
you
I'm
know
in the
that
middle.
demisexuals have a flag? The pansexuals have a flag. We all have our
no,
own flag.
Yes.
no.
There's
Could you
over,
be
Somebody.
there's
could
over 28 flags. I wanted to
could you
like.
be transitioning from sus-gen to that maybe?
Cisgen, not
Oh,
sus.
sus.
Sus
Oh,
means suspicion.
suspicious.
Cisgender. Ooh,
Okay. Well,
no.
wrap it.
Just
Okay, here we
Because I
go.
hit
childish.
Now is when he admits it
Thank
at
Wait.
the
you.
end of the show.
Okay,
No,
number
you
15.
table.
We had a small technical difficulty, but we're gonna fix that in post production. Okay, number 15. This is the last question, by the way. When someone asks my sexual orientation, I tell them I'm questioning. What does this mean?
that
That's
you
Gabriel.
that you're still trying to identify yourself. You don't know where you're at. Your question. You could be going from
Yes,
one.
you're questioning. Yes, very good. Okay, folks.
So I'm gonna define myself as SIS Gen /
You go, boy.
Hey, Mike,
questioning.
this is
You go.
Tommy.
Okay.
And some
you,
pen.
George? Are you married?
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, everybody.
Why aren't you married, George? You could
That's
be
another
marriage
show.
material.
That's another show.
Okay, so Eric, production assistant, who won our game?
Okay, so we got the big winner of the game with 8 points is Gabriel.
I thought it was Pauline.
No,
We
wait,
have-
All
Gabriel, you
right.
answered all of them.
Now, what do I win? Please tell me.
Pauline came
Not a damn thing. Not a damn
Pauline
thing.
came in with 4
Woohoo!
points, and George came in -1.
Thank you.
George.
Yes, but we want to thank George because we wouldn't have such a good conversation without him.
That's right.
Absolutely.
So
That
he ends
was
up being our winner tonight.
Yes, he
Yes,
does.
there we go.
Wait, this is an acronym you should know. You're a VIP, George. You're a VIP.
Yes,
Uh,
he is a VIP.
You
He's
are.
amazing.
In my book, you're a cis VIP.
Ooh, is that a new one? Is that a new one?
Hey, if we could have SGL, why can't we have?
That's right.
I would call it SUS sus.
Oh.
Leave it as sus.
well, well, I wanna thank everybody for joining us tonight on this amazing video podcast of the Geek with Muscles, and I hope you all learned something from our gay alphabet quiz. And I want to thank
Yes.
Pauline, Gabriel, and George.
Hey, it's our pleasure.
Yay,
It was
everybody.
amazing
It was a lot of
having you
fun.
here. Oh, I had this really cool little sound thing bite that I wanted to play at the end, and now I can't find
By the way, don't forget the guy behind you.
Yes,
behind me.
Eric.
Oh, I forgot.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Eric.
You know what it is? Is that he's
Well, you
behind
know
me.
what? Oh,
And
I was going to say something and I won't. I gotta. hold
Don't do it, Gabriel. It's another
Text me,
acronym.
Gabriel.
It's another acronym.
No,
Don't
no,
do
no, no.
This episode of The Geek with Muscles is brought to you by Curate Vaseline and CVS Vaseline.
All types, huh?
it.
How about Preparation H?
Ooh,
Yeah.
Oh my
okay.
I got all my lubricants in front of me.
Everybody say good night and thank you.
Good night.
Thanks for listening.
You can find more of me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and geekwithmuscles.com.
We absolutely loved having you.
I think I pushed the wrong button.